Hi everyone, welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm super excited to have you here. We are going to dive right into your reading. See what messages we have for Pisces today. For Pisces, what do we have? What does Pisces need to know? What does Pisces need to know? Okay. Pisces, this is a really interesting energy. I am actually getting like definitely a soul contract kind of relationship, but it's like, I don't know if you all have met this person yet, if you're meeting this person. I don't really feel like this is a past person, even though for a very small few of you it could be. There's just this energy is like someone who meets you who I feel like they're in some part of a spiritual awakening, or like they're elevating their level of consciousness, and part of this process is meeting you, and their kind of response to that, where there are some energies here where that I get like someone whose focus is somewhere else. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be like on another person. In fact, I really don't feel like it is. I feel like it's either on just like life in general, or, you know, maybe they're trying to like advance in their career, or they're going to school, or they're thinking about going to school, or they're in some kind of healing process themselves. They feel a bit scattered right here, to be honest with you. They feel a bit like, like they're missing it. You know, they're not fully present in the moment. But I think this is part of it. Like, I really feel that this could even be you. For some of you, it's you. This energy is it's like, I'm here, but I'm not here. And I'm focused on this, but I'm like also not. Like, there's a limitation to how much I can give to this, or how much I can, like, they may be in a process of healing, or you may be in a process of healing. There's something here where it feels like someone is presenting a little bit like they're not totally present. They're not totally there. They're distracted. But it's kind of like they're not really showing you what, or you're not really showing the world where, like, what is really happening here. Where it feels like there's some kind of healing process taking place here. Like, it's hurting, yes, but it's also healing. Like, I feel we're already on an up cycle. We're already on like a positive trajectory here. Like, like we're already coming up from a low, from something that hurt, that caused suffering, that was painful. But it's like it kind of knocked me off center, and I haven't really been the same since, or I haven't really been myself, or I haven't really been present since. Anyway, it feels like, I don't know if there is a little bit of a separation or a little bit of a withdrawal that happens here, where I do feel an energy of like a wake-up call of like, wait, I better figure out what's going on right in front of my face before I lose that chance, or before I lose that opportunity. Or there's something here of that's like of a wake-up call, of a like, it's almost like, holy crap, I'm missing it, or I am going to miss it, or I have missed it. And you have this message card that says apology, meetup, heart-to-heart conversations. I actually feel like this person isn't really amazing at heart-to-heart conversations. I feel like there's something here where you have childish here, and then the energy of this card is sort of like, doodles in a notebook from like 6th grade, where it feels like this person, it's like giving me sort of cutesy energy, where it's like, I'm afraid to say how I really feel, or they're saying stuff. See, that's the thing, is like, what I'm getting is that whoever this is, they'll say stuff, like they will say things, so you do kind of know, but they're not totally coming out directly and saying it. It's kind of like that note, like, do you like me? Check the box, yes or no, you know what I mean? Kind of a vibe where it's like, I'm not just coming at this directly. And there is like, it's like childish, but not in a childish way. It's childish in sort of a vulnerable way. But all of this is leading to like, holy crap, we are really focused on each other, and we are really doing this, and we are really making this work. It just is like the beginning that it gets started off on. It's like, the person likes you, you like the person, but you can't just totally reach them right away. You can't just totally, there's something there. There's a distance. There's yeah, I'm going to call it a distance. Let's see. I feel like this person is really struggling to say how they feel, like, or like, yeah. It's like it actually matters so much to them that yes, you guys are getting the exact same energy again. See, there's something here where this person is not, they're like out to lunch. That's what my mom would say. That person is out to lunch. And it's because there is some hurt, or there is something underlying that they're not totally expressing. They're not really saying. But then there seems to be I can't even exactly tell if this is like even direct communication, or if it is just like, you know how they feel. Like they're letting you know how they feel without like using the big vocabulary and, you know, bringing out that exact array of weaponry, you know, to be like, I love you. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm telling you in every way other than directly. Something is about to happen, or has happened, or will happen, where there is, see this focus, this eye to eye, there's a closeness that either begins to happen, like a, something that happens like over a period of time, or it happens right away. But this really is when it begins. This is when it really happens. Interesting too that I'm getting like a real hard time communicating here. And I had gotten these communication cards out. Yeah, see, it's because it matters so much. I keep getting that. You keep getting this reunion card, and the reunion, if it's not it's not like a past person reunion. It's like a soulmate reunion. I mean, for a small portion of you, could it be a past person reunion? Sure. But like, this is like, so we meet again, my dear friend, through space and across time. This is like another lifetime, you know? There is soul recognition here. And it says, you are my destiny. This says, I try to stop these feelings, but now, yeah, see, this person is like, either this is a past situation that really hurt them, where they were kind of hoping that they were going to be able to like get into a relationship, or I don't, either avoid relationships altogether, or sort of have a relationship without having to have like all these big feelings, because they had been hurt. And this says, I tried to stop these feelings, but now you are burning hotter and brighter than ever within me. It's just so true. It's like there's such a focus here. There's such a pull. And it's, I want to give you the world. The problem, like, it's almost like, you know how even this would happen to me, and I did not have a good relationship with my mom, but when something would happen in your life that was like really hard, like I was in a really bad car accident, and I stayed really strong, and I wasn't getting emotional or anything. And I had dealt with everything, and I called my mom, and just hearing her say hello, and then me having to say like, this is what happened. You know, that was like, there were definitely angels watching over me. I got T-boned by a gravel truck in like a very like small sporty car. And the gravel truck was going like 60 miles an hour. He thinks he fell asleep because he'd been like hauling gravel for so many hours on end. And the police officer literally, my car just like collapsed in the back. He was like, if he had hit you like 1 inch further up, the front of your car would have also collapsed. He didn't hit this support beam that like holds this part of the roof up. And just the adrenaline, just the like, oh my gosh, I was just really lucky. I just defied death, you know? As soon as I heard my mom say hello and I had to tell her what happened, I started bawling. You know, that's how this feels like. It's like as soon as, you know, I say these words out loud, or I'm going to be all the way there. I'm going to be in a position where you could do this to me again. You know what I mean? They're probably already there. But there's a feel, or like, this is something that is coming. This is going to happen. But it's just this feeling of, you know, saying it out loud, admitting it, acknowledging, looking at you, like looking you in your eyes and telling you how I feel or what you mean to me. It is like the floodgate is going to open up. Like I will lose what semblance of control I feel like I have or have had. Wow. So you guys have the, I don't know how to put these so I can really, there. Yeah. Okay. That worked. Okay. Kind of. Yeah, this person is afraid of drowning in their emotion. I mean, period, point blank. That is what I'm getting all the frick over the place. They're in a healing energy of the Four of Swords right here. You have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Tower. Like, this person is, I feel like you've hit them like a ton of bricks. You know, I feel like you have, let me just take one on this Tower real quick. I feel this energy of like, I was, you know, I was trying to heal. You see this armor thing? Like, I was kind of telling myself that I'm not going to put myself in that situation. I'm not going to allow myself to be that vulnerable. I'm not, you know, and here you are. And they're so drawn to you. With the Queen of Wands energy and this Ace of Cups coming out twice. For some of you may be dealing with a Gemini or a Scorpio or a fire sign or even a water sign. There's just this energy of, you know, I was in the process of healing. I was kind of telling myself that I was going to protect myself. I was going to stay safe. I wasn't, you know, I wasn't going to dive in with both feet into a relationship, whatever. But there's something that happens here. I can feel it. And you have the Tower with the Magician, where it feels as though this person feels as though they're risking losing you, or they have risked losing you, or again, this doesn't feel like some, you know, 10-year-long saga where they are in and out of your life. This feels like something more recent, something newer, where I mean, this feels so like deep soul contract kind of energy, where like part of this connection is to sort of wake each other up, or to like wake up parts of yourself that have been sort of deadened. For some of you, this person comes into your life very surprising, very shocking. You may even be a bit the one that's distracted. I keep getting that. This is definitely an opportunity from the universe for love. And there is a very strong physical attraction. It feels like it's pulling you together. You know, we don't normally have the lion in the Queen of Wands card. And, you know, this is that like relationship that we see in the Strength card. It's almost like they can't help themselves. Red is also such a color of passion. And you have the red here in the Magician cape and the red here with the Queen of Wands. And it's giving me like a really strong physical attraction and sort of like, I can't help it. I'm just sort of like really drawn to you. I feel like it's mutual. You know, you look at the look on the Queen of Wands face and the look on the Lion's face, and they're very much the same. There is something here that when this comes together, it's almost like there's an abundance of feelings, an abundance of attraction. Like everything is at the level and just sort of like over it. You know what I mean? It's like more than, you know, more than I've ever felt before, more than I've ever wanted someone before, more than I've ever, you know, like it feels like that kind of thing. And like it feels as though even that aspect of the connection itself is playing to this person's fear of becoming overwhelmed by their emotions or drowning in their emotions or sort of becoming so powerless to love again. They're just healing from it. They're just feeling okay about it. They're just telling themselves, yeah, man, it's cool. We're just not going to let ourselves have feelings like that. And then it's like they're being thrust into this situation where like they can't even fight it. Yeah, see, so you have the Two of Pentacles clarifying the Tower, the Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. And then you have the Five of Swords clarifying the Seven of Cups. And then you have the Five of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Whatever has happened in the recent past, you know, this could be with you, this could be with them, this could even be a mirrored energy where it's like I've recently undergone some kind of change. And it's a change in my mentality. It's a change in, you know, kind of how I look at things. And you know, it's even this energy of, well, I know how I'm not going to get hurt again. I'm just not going to open up. I'm just going to have this armor on. And I'm just not going to fall in love. I'm just not going to allow myself to develop feelings like that or become overwhelmed by my feelings for someone again. And then here they are. And it's not only like that they're feeling this way, but they're feeling more this way than they did before when it nearly drowned them, you know? And so it's messing with their head, you know, and it's like with the Seven of Cups, they're partway fantasizing about this. They're partway can't stop thinking about it. But then on the other hand, they're like trying to make themselves stop thinking about it by reminding themselves how defeated that made them last time, you know? This could be you as well, Pisces. And this can be a mirrored energy. This can be like the beginning of a relationship with you and someone else where, you know, you're feeling this way and they're feeling this way too, you know? And it's like, especially whatever ending or whatever difficulty has just happened, there is... It played to some kind of insecurity, or it played to some kind of, you know, one of our deepest fears, you know, the fear of intimacy, the fear of abandonment, the fear of like not being worthy or good enough. It played to something like that. And that's really what we're recovering from. And, you know, so that's all very fresh. You know what I mean? It's not totally healed. And then you have this Two of Pentacles energy, which is like that choice between love and fear. And it feels like this person is sort of teeter-tottering back and forth. Like, what do I do? Like, here I am standing with this person that I've never had this type of attraction with someone else before. I've never had these kinds of feelings for someone else this fast before. Like, do I just say I'm afraid and run away from it? Or do I really, you know, choose love and open up to it, even though I'm not sure I'm ready, you know what I mean? Or I just told myself that I was going to avoid, you know, getting hurt again or going through that again by, you know, not letting someone in like that again. But we have the Magician here clarifying the Tower, and it feels like this person really was like in their head a lot. Again, they could have also been distracted by other things. And really not wanting to focus on love. So distractions are an escape, right? As distractions allow us to kind of look the other way and to kind of not face it, right? So I feel like there is this energy of, you know, not being fully present, being a little distracted. And then that Tower is kind of like, either it's something that happened where there's some kind of conversation, or there's a gradually, like, you know, like sometimes I'm choosing love, sometimes I'm choosing fear. And every time I choose fear, it creates this, you know, rumble in the relationship where, you know, it plays to the insecurities of the other person too. But with the Magician clarifying it, this person is, you know, empowering themselves. They are, you know, kind of coming to an energy where they feel as though they are empowered. They are empowering themselves to go ahead and choose love, you know, to go ahead and step up to the plate and be like, okay, I can handle this. I can actually deal with it. You have the Nine of Wands with the Six of Pentacles, with the Queen of Pentacles. There is something with that Tower that happens that wakes this person up to like, I can't let this opportunity go by. Like, this is someone worthy of being invested in. This is someone nurturing. This is someone loving and giving, who has created abundance in their own life, who is solid and stable on their own, who is, you know, really worth the risk. You know, I've risked it for lesser things before, you know, but I've never felt this way. Like, I keep getting that vibe of like, I've never had this kind of connection. I've never felt this way. I've never, you know, and so if there was ever a time to take a risk, it's this time, you know. And they do see even like a long-term mindset. You see the way these lines are coming out from like her eye level. It's giving me like someone who has, who can also see a long-term potential, or who also has kind of the same vision that you have for the thing. Like, you know, you may have been dealing with people before that were like literally saying like, I don't want a commitment, or I don't want to get married, or I don't want to have kids, or I don't want to, you know, I would date, but I wouldn't, you know, commit per se, you know. And here's someone who's like the most worthy of investments, and you're just going to let them go because you're protecting yourself, because you're guarded, because you've been hurt a couple times. Like, what was all that suffering for? You might as well have just given up your desire along with that, because if that is going to prevent you, when this is standing in front of your face, from taking a chance, then what was the point in going through it anyway? You know, like, what was the point in surviving it? You know, because you have what you want here, and you won't do it because you're so blocked up from all these past experiences that let you down and disappointed you. And then you have the Six of Pentacles, which this feels a bit like, even in his stance with the arms raised with that branch in his hand, he's like, it reminds me of that Rachel Platten song, This Is My Fight song. Like, I still have one more chance. I could still do this, you know, like I could still do this. You know, and with that magician there, there's like this, just this energy of, you know, like I've got a fighting chance here. Don't count me out, you know? And that feels like what sort of wakes this person up or takes this person to this place of like, okay, you know what, I'm actually going to see what happens if I give to this connection, if I invest in this connection. What can happen? Yeah. See, they're like they have the Strength card with the Ace of Wands. I mean, and there it is, the Ace of Wands. It's you can feel the transition in that card itself. Like I can feel the energy of it. Where this person is like, why the hell did I survive all those things? Like, why did I, you know, if I'm finally going to get to the place where everything I've ever wanted is standing in front of me and I'm like, oh man, I've been hurt too many times before, I can't take this chance. It's like, with the Strength card and the Ace of Wands, this person is like, fuck that, you know, like I'm going to overcome my lower vibrational tendencies right here and right now. All my fear and all my doubts and everything that's telling me to just protect myself. This is what I want and I'm taking it. With the Six of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, there is a, you see how there's like this really strong gesture here with the fists and they're closed around the part of the sword that cuts. It's like, I'm going to face my fear. You know, I have healed to the place where I feel strong enough to face my fear, to like, okay, if this sword is going to cut me, it's going to cut me. But like, I actually know that I'm strong enough to deal with it if it does. And you have the Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This is this person mentally coming to a place where they're like, they've taken themselves from this really turbulent water of like the confusion, the heaviness, the going back and forth, the wanting to choose love, but sometimes choosing fear kind of energy. And they're coming to a place where it's smoother waters and they're really sharp and engaging completely and fully present. You know, you have to be fully present in a sword fight or you're not going to last very long. You know what I mean? You're going to just off with his head. Okay. These cards are, I love these cards, but they are really hard to shuffle. We have the Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. This energy, I don't feel like this is for very many people, but I am getting that, like, for some of you, there is something that this person does have to walk away from. That can be like, you know, limited beliefs. It can be life situations. There is that distraction, and I do get, like, you know, they may be distracted by their job. They may be distracted by school. They may be distracted by a living situation or whatever. Whereas, like, they may have something legitimate that they really have to take care of first. They have to really end it first in something, or like go through some kind of physical transition. in order to like really be able to be fully present and show up here. They may be even like not totally revealing this, or like even if they're talking about it, they may not be like expressing how much it's weighing on them. I've been getting since the very beginning of this that they are like keeping certain things, or like certain pressures or responsibilities or something, sort of like, or even their own pain or even their own hurt, like how much it really hurt them, or what it really did to them, or the fact that they do cry sometimes, or they do really feel things on a deep level. It's like there's something here that they're sort of, you know, not totally sharing, but I feel like there is something here with the timing where they're either able to walk away from something or able to it can even be the pull of this connection where they're really being drawn to you in such a way that it is helping them really put that to bed, really completely walk away from some kind of past experience. You have the Five of Cups being clarified by the Six of Cups. And, you know, it just feels, whatever this is, it feels like there are things that are not working out for this person, or there are even places that this person is putting their energy where they're not really getting any kind of return on their investment. And it's like they've had to really realize this, acknowledge this, admit this, something like that, in order to be able to kind of like walk away from it, or put it, like, let it go. But they do. It's something from their past, and it's something that has never really worked out for them. This can just be sort of like relationships in general, or their feelings about them. But it can also be like, particularly when you have Three Cups, it's giving me like, this could be friendships, relationships, it could be friends, family, and lovers, where it's like they have given a lot of their own heart to the situation, or they have always been more deeply invested emotionally than whoever they're dealing with. And it's kind of, it's like having to really almost kind of come to the place where they are really accepting that it is the other person's inability to love or feel deeply, not something they're inspiring or they're responsible for, or they could have done anything about. You know what I mean? And with the Two Cups upright, it's like I keep feeling like they know. You know, I saw that Queen of Pentacles. Now I'm seeing these Two Cups up in this card. It's like they know you're different than that. They know that you can or could be like a good, solid choice. They know you're that kind of person. This feels like something that has to happen in order for this person to sort of be able to like balance things out in this relationship. And I feel like it is part of what is being triggered by this soul contract. Like it is something that is a part of what is even like the purpose of this relationship. And it does feel tied to some kind of spiritual enlightenment or spiritual advancement, or like a deepening of a level of consciousness. It's like, it's one thing to have deep feelings, but it's another thing to consciously decide who is privy to them, you know, instead of just waking up and finding out, oh, I have all these feelings for someone, and I didn't intend to do that. It's like, I keep getting this theme of boundaries in this relationship, where it's kind of like that is how you navigate and protect yourself at the same time, but stay open to the relationship that's in front of you. And it kind of feels like this person has struggled to hold their own boundary. Like they may have attempted it in the beginning of relationships, but kind of had them pushed and sort of given way, you know, kind of a vibe. And it feels like they're sort of walking away from this energy. You have this energy of the Nine of Pentacles showing up to the High Priestess, which is giving me, you know, it has these axes in it, which is giving me, I've cut something off. I've chopped something away. I'm not doing it like that anymore. And because of that, I'm stronger. Like, you know, if you ever have a plant that gets a yellow leaf, the whole plant sort of starts to look less vibrant and healthy. You know, when you get rid of that yellow leaf, the plant returns to its health and well-being. And it's sort of, it's not even like you gave it anything. You just took something away that was depleting it. And that's what this Nine of Pentacles feels like. It's like, I'm showing up to you single. I'm showing up to you strong. I'm showing up to you vibrant and, you know, ready for this. And it feels like, because this is the High Priestess, like that this is you, and that you didn't tell this person to do this. You didn't say, I need you to show up like this, or I need this from you. Like, you didn't say a word. Is this person went through this whole process kind of like on their own, of their own volition, inspired by the opportunity that is you. And it's like they intuitively know. With the Moon card here, that what they're going to find, or what's revealed in this connection, solidifies things, strengthens things, encourages things, you know. It is much more solid and stable and nurturing than what they have experienced in the past. It's like they know. With this Moon card, it's like a deep inner knowing, that like this time it is going to be different. This time, this is it. You know, I keep getting that feeling. A lot of Piscean energy right here. A lot of Piscean energy even in this reading. The Seven of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Moon, the High Priestess. Okay, so you have the Five of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, this person, wow, with Temperance. Oh my God, I love it. You know, this person they're showing up obstacle free. They're like coming towards you, and it's kind of like no drama, no chaos, no like, let me convince you, no big feelings, no, you know, I cheated on you and I'm trying to make it up to you. It's nothing like that. It's like any barrier that existed within me that was going to prevent me from being able to show up to you with my heart on my sleeve, able to fully and completely offer you all of my heart, I have eliminated, because you're worth it. And I see that you're worth it. I know that you're worth it. I know that you're the type of person you invest in. I know that you are nurturing. I know that we share the same vision for life. I know that we want the same things. And this is like, I want to come together in a healthy, solid, stable way. It may be slow with the Temperance energy, but it will be balanced, and it will be healthy, and it will be, you know, you're not giving up your entire self or your entire life for this person, nor are they for you. It is a coming together in a really solid way that adds stability to the connection and stability to both of your lives, rather than, you know, like the drama and chaos that comes when we have obstacles within us. Yeah, you got the devil, which I feel like is the blockage that this person, yeah, has released. And that is the mental prison that they had created by saying, remember we saw that helmet on the Four of Swords, like, I'm going to protect myself, I'm going to stay safe, I'm not going to ever have to heal again because I'm not going to allow myself to have deep feelings like that again. Like, this person put themselves in, yeah, oh my God. Yes, I mean, this whole reading is the same thing. They put themselves in that energy as a means to protect themselves, but it was kind of like causing them to not be able to even be fully present and see the opportunity that was this relationship right in front of them, at least not to the degree to fully embrace it. But now we're seeing you have the devil being clarified by the King of Swords, which is this, emotionally void king, right? And this like emotionally unavailable, avoidant type energy. And then you have the Two of Pentacles, which is that I'm going back and forth between love and fear, which we saw in the very beginning of this reading, and we see it all change here. With this Queen of Pentacles energy, it's like they realize the worth and value and what they're staring at, and that, wait, this is what I have been wanting. This is why I went on this journey in the first place, to find my person, was to find a Queen of Pentacles. And now I have one, and I'm telling myself over and over again, okay, don't let them in. Don't feel for them. Don't let yourself develop these deep feelings, because that could lead to your suffering. And it's like with the energy of the Hangman with the Knight of Cups, it's like I see the error of that way of thinking, and I freed myself from it. You know what I mean? Of this Eight of Swords. Yeah, underneath the Eight of Swords is the Queen of Pentacles in this deck. And on the bottom of the deck, clarifying the devil, is the Eight of Wands, which is, okay, we're moving ahead. And there may even be some kind of communication. Again, I do feel it sort of like cutesy, or like kind of around the topic, but not coming directly at it. It's like, how they feel, but they're just not saying it totally like straightforwardly. But it's there, and the connection is moving ahead, and it's moving ahead without obstacle, because we dropped that Five of Wands. This person removed any obstacle that they had on their side that would have prevented them from being able to pursue this. All right, let's see what your messages are. If you're dealing with a water sign, you're getting, you are the one. You're getting nostalgic, secret, no one else matters now, passion. If you are dealing with a fire sign, you are getting, I miss you more than you know. You were so unexpected. Your words speak to me like no others can. And you are hard to forget, and angry. If you're dealing with an earth sign, you are getting, wait for me. I won't let you go. I want your attention. I want a future with you. And blocking. And if you are dealing with an air sign, you are getting twin flames. I don't want to let you down. I do feel that, like, that they don't want to let you down. They want to give you the world. This actually matters to them much more than other things have mattered to them before, because this is real. It feels like, if I had only known then what I know now, and I am still moved by you. All right, guys, this is what I have for you. I really hope it helped. If it did, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. All right, guys. Until next time, I send you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.